Welcome to Chemistry Fundamentals. I am Dr. Rajiv Oberoi, helping you understand chemistry in a simple way. So, the next topic which we are now discussing is the reaction of haloalkane with alcoholic KOH. Reaction of haloalkane with alcoholic KOH. This reaction is also termed as dehydrohalogenation. It is also termed as beta elimination, and it is governed by a rule called as Sedgwick rule. The reaction of haloalkane with alcoholic KOH is also termed as dehydrohalogenation, also termed as beta elimination, and governed by a rule called as Sedgwick rule. So let us begin what this reaction is all about. So if any haloalkane is made to react with, if any haloalkane, suppose you are taking 2-chloropropane, 3 carbon chain, so it is having chloro at number 2, 2-chloropropane. We are aware the carbon to which the function group is attached, that carbon is called as alpha carbon. The neighbors are termed as beta. So there are 2 beta carbons, there are 2 neighbors, that is there are 2 neighbor carbons, 2 beta carbons. So the carbon having halo is alpha carbon, their neighbors are termed as beta carbon, and hydrogen on them are termed as beta hydrogen. Now suppose if this compound 2-chloropropane is made to react with KOH dissolved in alcohol, that is alcoholic KOH. We are aware that alcoholic KOH has property of elimination. It is a eliminating agent. So what happens? This halo from here and K from here, the Cl from here, halo, and K from here goes in form of KCl. And the carbon from which halo get removed, H goes from the neighboring carbon, that is it goes from the beta carbon. Therefore this reaction is called as beta elimination. So why reaction is called as beta elimination? The reason is the hydrogen get eliminated from the beta carbon. The hydrogen gets eliminated from beta carbon. Now in this molecule there are 2 beta carbons. This is alpha carbon, these 2 are beta carbons, and these are the beta hydrogen. So which beta carbon will participate? That is, which beta hydrogen will eliminate? So suppose if this is hydrogen number 1 and this is hydrogen number 2, what happens? Cl from here and K from here goes in form of KCl. This H and this OH goes in form of water molecule, or either this H and this OH goes in form of water molecule. Now suppose if this hydrogen is called as number 1 and this hydrogen is called as number 2. So suppose if during the reaction hydrogen 1 get eliminated. During the reaction hydrogen 1 gets eliminated. So if this hydrogen gets eliminated during the reaction, hydrogen number 1. So what would be the product? The product would be, the leftover would be CH3 CH double bond CH2. It would be CH3 CH double bond CH2 CH3 CH double bond CH2 plus KCl plus HOH. Now from this molecule, if not 1, if hydrogen number 2 goes, if instead of 1 it is hydrogen 2 that gets eliminated. So if hydrogen 2 eliminates, then what would be the product? So it would be CH2, if this H goes, CH2 double bond CH single bond CH3, CH2 double bond CH single bond CH3 plus KCl plus water molecule. So this H number 1 may get eliminated, or this H number 2 may get eliminated if this H goes or this H goes. That is, if H1 get eliminated or 2. In either case, the product is same. The product is same. It is propene 1 when hydrogen number 1 goes. It is again propene 1 when hydrogen number 2 goes. This is because the molecule, the parent molecule is a symmetric molecule. The parent molecule is a symmetric molecule. Therefore, this H goes or this H goes, the product is same in both the case. The product is same in both the case. Propene 1, propene 1. Now, let us consider the name first. In this reaction, alcoholic KOH is taking place. Therefore, termed as reaction with alcoholic KOH. Since in this reaction, hydrogen is getting eliminated, halo is getting eliminated, so together it is called as dehydrohalogenation. Dehydrohalogenation. The reason is hydro and halo both getting eliminated. Hydro and halo both getting eliminated. Now, since in this reaction hydrogen gets eliminated from beta carbon, this is beta carbon, this is also beta carbon, so hydrogen getting eliminated from beta carbon, therefore it is termed as beta elimination. So why it is called as beta elimination? Just because hydrogen getting eliminated from beta carbon. So if molecule is symmetric, if a molecule is symmetric, 2-chloropropane is a symmetric molecule, this H goes or this H goes, that is 1 goes or 2, that is 1 get eliminated or 2 get eliminated, in both the case the product is same. But if a molecule is unsymmetric molecule, if a molecule is unsymmetric, we say if molecule is unsymmetric, if a molecule is unsymmetric, then dehydrohalogenation follows Sedgwick rule. What is Sedgwick rule? We say if molecule is unsymmetric, then dehydrohalogenation follows Sedgwick rule. What is Sedgwick rule? So we say according to this rule, the hydrogen always eliminate from more alkylated carbon. During the process of dehydrohalogenation, the hydrogen atom eliminate from the carbon which is more alkylated, that is carbon which is having greater plus I effect. The carbon which is having greater plus I effect. Let us consider an example to explain it, what it means. What it means. Now, suppose if we take this compound, it is CH3, CH2, CHCl, CH3. CH3, CH2, CHCl, CH3. Now, this compound is having chloro at position 2. Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, having chloro at number 2. Therefore, this is called as 2-chloropropane. Now, this molecule is unsymmetric because the carbon at which chloro is present, across it there is 1 carbon on one side and 2 carbon on the other. This molecule is unsymmetric molecule. This molecule is unsymmetric because the carbon having halo, it is having 1 carbon on one side, that is on the right hand side, and 2 carbon on the left hand side. Therefore, this molecule is unsymmetric. Since molecule is unsymmetric, therefore reaction will take place according to Sedgwick rule. The reaction will proceed as per Sedgwick rule. Suppose if this molecule is made to react with KOH dissolved in alcohol, what happens? Again, in this reaction, the halo will get eliminated, the hydro will get eliminated, therefore it would be termed as dehydrohalogenation. Hydrogen will go, halo will go. Since hydrogen will go from the beta carbon, therefore once again it would be termed as beta elimination. Now, if the molecule was symmetric, there was no problem because the product in both the case was same. But if a molecule is unsymmetric, then there is a problem, and therefore Sedgwick rule is the solution to it. Now, suppose if hydrogen number 1 get eliminated during dehydrohalogenation, if this hydrogen goes, then what would be the leftover product? So it would be CH3, CH2, CH, double bond CH2. it would be CH3, CH2, CH, double bond CH2, that is it would be CH3, CH2, CH, double bond CH2, it result in formation of butene 1. It result in formation of butene 1 or but1ene. But if instead of hydrogen 1, hydrogen 2 goes, then if instead of 1 hydrogen 2 goes, then so if this hydrogen get eliminated, then if this hydrogen 2 gets eliminated, then what would be the possibility? So if hydrogen number 2 goes, then it would be CH3, CH, double bond CH, CH3. It would be CH3, CH, double bond CH, single bond CH3. That would be the product would be but2ene. Now, according to Sedgwick rule, will hydrogen 1 goes or hydrogen 2? So rule says कि hydrogen always eliminate from the carbon which is more alkylated, that is having higher plus I effect. So देखिए this carbon, this beta carbon, this beta carbon. Now this beta carbon is having only hydrogen and no alkyl. This beta carbon is having only hydrogen and no alkyl, whereas this beta carbon is having one alkyl. So out of this beta carbon and this beta carbon, out of this beta carbon and this beta carbon is more alkylated. Therefore, hydrogen number 2 has the chance to get eliminated. Instead of 1, 2 gets eliminated. So according to Sedgwick, during the process of dehydrohalogenation, if a molecule is unsymmetric, then hydrogen get eliminated from the carbon which is more alkylated. This carbon having no alkyl group, this carbon is having one alkyl group, therefore carbon 2 goes and not 1. Therefore, as per the rule, in the reaction, the but1ene should not be the product, it should be but2ene. As per the rule, the product should be but2ene and not but1ene, because hydrogen has to eliminate from the carbon which is more alkylated. But the practical observation is that both the product are formed during dehydrohalogenation. During dehydrohalogenation of haloalkane, both the possible product would be formed of this. The but1ene would be the minor product, it would be formed only 20%, and but2ene would be the major product, it would be formed 80%. So but1ene would be minor and but2ene would be major. This would be almost approximately 20, this would be approximately 80%, which simply means, okay, so we can say that in fact the compound formed, both the compound would be formed in this reaction, both these compound would be formed, but the major product will follow the Sedgwick rule. So this is 2-chlorobutane. When made to react with alcoholic KOH, there are 2 beta hydrogen that can get replaced. If this goes, it would be butene 1. If this goes, it would be butene 2. The product would be butene 1 or butene 2. The practical observation is that both would be formed, of which one would be minor, other would be major, and the major product will follow the Sedgwick rule. So we say in fact both compound are formed, but the major product is formed as per the Sedgwick rule. So this is how the dehydrohalogenation operates. So let us explain, taking some example, what would be the possible product. So what would be the possible product in various cases? So let us understand it one by one. Suppose if this is the compound given, the compound given is 3-chloropentane. Now 3-chloropentane is a symmetric molecule. I said when molecule is symmetric, the rule is need not to be obeyed, that the rule is not needed in fact. So rule will not be needed if it is symmetric. So this Cl will go, this H goes, or this H goes. H from this beta carbon goes or H from this beta carbon goes, no problem, the product would be same in either case. So there would be no need of Sedgwick rule in this kind of compound because it's a symmetric molecule. So this H may go or this H may go, in either case the product would be same. Now suppose if this is the molecule given